You need to start growing your email list like yesterday, last week even. Okay, I know I'm being a little dramatic, but I really need to make a point here. I hear too often of people, they just keep starting an email list off. They don't get the point in starting one for their online business. And really, it should be a high priority. It should be one of the key foundations of your business. And I'm gonna tell you why. But hear me out first. If you're thinking, I just simply do not have time for one more thing. I'm already on 5 different social media platforms and have all, of my other stuff that I have to do. I get it. I'm a busy mom growing an online business. But my advice would be to remove something. Chances are, if you're trying to show up on multiple social media platforms, you're not getting traction on all of those. So scrap the ones that aren't working for you. Your time will be better invested in growing an email list. Hey there, I'm Kate Danielle, and my mission is simple. I want to help you work smarter and avoid some of the mistakes I've made. So hit that like button and subscribe for more business tips like this, motivation, and of course graphic design tips, because that's my bread and butter. Okay, here's the deal. I honestly don't want to add more stress to your already long to-do list, but I've spent too much time piling on not necessarily the wrong things, but the things that weren't most lucrative for my time on my to-do list, overcomplicating things, making myself too busy not focusing on the right things that I could have gotten more value out of, more value for my time investment and actually making money faster. And email is one of those. So why am I all jazzed up being dramatic about email? Isn't email dying anyways? Isn't it dead? No. Do you online shop? Have you been on a website, maybe your favorite shop besides Amazon, which they already have your email anyways when you signed up? But if you're shopping from a store, there's often some kind of pop-up offering you an exclusive coupon in exchange for your email. And then when you do that, they're in your inbox. If you didn't make a purchase. Alright guys, battery died and a new shirt, because my dog did make me spill my coffee all over the shirt you just saw. But I am back, and we were talking about when you give shops your email to get that discount. And now you're on their list. So whether you buy something or not, they're gonna start emailing you. If you leave stuff in their cart, they're likely send you any emails to remind you about it, and they send you emails about their latest items and new sales. And they know that doing this builds a list of their best customers who want to stay on there to hear about sales and new things. Now, of course, social media is great. I'm not saying don't be on social media. Pick one. It's a great way to connect with your audience, and it's a great way to get new people and drive them towards your list. But it can be a much harder journey to actually get posts seen there and get engagement on those posts. And I know for me personally, when I send an email to my warm list, I get way more action, whether I'm trying to drive traffic to something or whether I'm promoting a product in that email. I get more traffic and more sales more quickly via my email list. And a big reason for that is because the whole list is curated of people who opted in to be there. And yeah, they opted in for something I was offering, like a freebie, but they stick around for the information, and we kind of create this dynamic, and then they learn about my products and make purchases or go watch my videos here on YouTube. The other great thing about your email list, and it's likely you've heard this before, is you actually own your email list. You don't own your following on any of the other social media platforms. And with your email list, you're not having to navigate algorithm changes and things like that. You can download that list. You can move it if for whatever reason you don't like your current email service provider or you ever want to change. Or You can create targeted audiences with your email list and things like that if you get into advertising on social media in the future. Now, I know most likely Facebook and Instagram isn't going anywhere anytime soon, but Facebook controls and owns your audience because, and if you didn't know, they own Instagram too, and so they remain in control. So you need something that you have control over. For, you know, if your account were to ever get hacked or you were to get shut down, and I've seen those things happen. They don't necessarily happen often, but it's nice to have a list that is yours, that you have control over if your account gets hacked for a week or two and you want to communicate that with your audience. Okay, so if I've convinced you, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, but don't go anywhere because I'm not going to leave you hanging here. I'm going to quickly walk you through the steps of getting this actually set up for the first time. So if you don't have anything set up at all, you're going to need to get an email service provider, email marketing provider, whatever you want to call it. There are tons of great ones out there. I use Flowdesk right now, and I've used ConvertKit in the past. Both are really great. I think if you're brand new, Flowdesk is easy to get started with, and you can start 30 days for free if you use my link below. And at the time that I'm recording this video, which is the beginning of April 2021, you can lock in a really great half off price because Flowdesk is still in beta. I have a whole video about that, but you can lock in a really great rate right now for the lifetime of your subscription, no matter how big your list gets, which is pretty nice. But regardless, you need to get set up on some kind of email service provider. Then second, you need to have some sort of opt-in offer, whether that be some sort of exclusive discount code for your list, or more likely for your business type, you're gonna have freebies like I do. And freebies, they can be a wide variety of anything. It can be free training, some kind of free PDF like checklist, worksheet, something that relates to your content. I do free templates. I mean, there are just so many ideas, and I have a whole guide with over 60 ideas about creating printable PDF type freebies and products that I'll link below. At this stage in my business, I have a variety of a few different freebies that lead in to different funnels and things like that. But right now, I want you to just focus on creating one and getting that set up. So I would either look at your most popular topic you talk about, your most popular post, or better yet, if you're making money already or have a profit plan in place, think about what type of freebie would naturally lead people into making a conversion for you, or coming back to your site if you're kind of after traffic and making money off ads. So what that looks like for me is I sell a lot of Canva templates, so I have big Canva template sets. So my freebie is just a small sample set, and they kind of naturally relate to each other. But don't let mapping all that out get you bogged down. If it's good if you just kind of have an idea, so that you don't create a freebie that has to do with cooking and then in a month you're trying to sell something about business. You want it to be related. So after you are signed up with some kind of email service provider and have a freebie set up, now you're going to have to create some type of form. And there are a couple ways that you can do this in your email service provider. Typically can either create some type of form that you're going to embed on like a page or in a blog, or most of them, I believe probably all of them, have like a full page option where you don't even have to design anything. You just kind of do it all in the email platform. I choose the embed option, and I typically will create an entire landing page for my freebies that I drive traffic to, but I also will embed that form on any blog post that closely relates to that freebie. And then the last piece of this puzzle is to actually set up delivery, and it's going to be different depending on which platform you use. I will do a video on how to set that up in Flowdesk. You have to use workflows to do that. Essentially what you want to happen is after someone fills out your form and clicks submit, you want an email to trigger that delivers whatever the offer was, whether it is the coupon code or some type of file. And then after that, I would test everything, make sure that email is firing and delivering your freebie correctly, and that you're getting the right information on your email list, and then start promoting it. I link to it in my website headers and, like I said, in different blog posts, but also start talking about it on the social media channels you're active on. And you can actually partner with other business friends who maybe they have a list. What they talk about and their content kind of works well with what you're offering. You can ask them to share your freebie with their list. And you can always look in Facebook groups for collaboration threads where people are looking for guests to be a guest on their blog or on their podcast. Those are great ways to reach a new audience and get eyes on your brand new freebie and start building that email list. Okay, now let's take a breath. I know that there may be all kinds of questions. There's lots of tech things to figure out at this point. You may be thinking, that's great. Well, I'm going to start growing this list, but what am I going to say to them? All of that is to come. Please post your questions below in the comments. We'll be happy to answer them, and there will be more videos covering all of those topics. I just think it's important that you don't put this off anymore and you start growing that email list like today. Or okay, this week. Get it on your goals. I know you're busy, but I think you should make it a priority. All right, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And in the meantime, think like a boss, play like a mom. Cheers.